All right, another week. Today is Tuesday, 4:45 a.m. on the bike for a session. 10-minute warm-up, 5 minutes with 10-second sprints at 275 watts, and then 5 minutes at 3-minute sprints at 275 watts. So should be a good little workout. Yesterday I swam, which was very interesting, but we'll get to this workout first, then we'll touch on the swim. I did a comedy show last night too. That was always a fun little room to try new stuff. So let's get through this warm-up. All right, today is Wednesday. Monday I did the swim. It's about 2,200 yards. The FDP swim last week was difficult, right? The pool is a little bit longer, so my conditioning isn't as great as I thought. Still swimming at like a 1:57 to 2 minute per 100 yards, as opposed to before I was at like a 1:50, 1:45. So you can see the difference there. And so I was struggling swimming, and then this lady next to me was just cruising. And at the end, she's like, "Wow, you look like you swim super smooth. You have good form, yada, yada, yada." And I was like, "Yeah, I was really impressed with your technique." And she had a prosthetic leg and arm. And so that kind of helps you put in perspective during training, like things can be difficult, but it's kind of a chosen challenge. There's definitely things in life that aren't chosen challenges. So really kind of helped flip my mood from just like being down about training to be more opportunistic. So that was crazy. I mean, she was probably swimming at like 1:30 per 100, and she was going, probably did 2 miles in the pool. Like, I mean, I was there for 40 minutes, and I don't think I ever saw her really stop for a lap until I was done. So that was cool. I did a comedy show, which went fine. And then Tuesday I went to the comedy club, did my first 5 minutes of like, it's kind of just like getting past a little bit. So that was cool. Now today is Wednesday. I did the sprint runs. Those felt great. Tomorrow I have another swim, so hopefully that feels solid. And I have 2 comedy shows. So really trying to hydrate today, fuel for the swim, and then for the shows tomorrow with a rest day Friday and another comedy show. Then Saturday, I have a 2 hour and 15 minute zone 2 ride on the bike, and then my comedy show. And then Sunday I have an hour and 15 minute run, and then another comedy show. So it's kind of a little bit of a gauntlet here. And the following week I go to Vegas. So yeah, and it all started with a bike ride on Tuesday I did the bike ride at 4:30 in the morning. So we've been getting after it. Today's Friday, off day. Went to Qdoba, and now I'm gonna go to a comedy show 40 minutes away. I swam yesterday, which was nice. It was like, 2,300 yards or something like that. So tomorrow's a 2 hour bike ride and then an hour run. So apparently the show was sold out. So we'll see what that means. All right, started the 2 hour bike ride, about 170 watts. Today we have our regular gel, trying out some Nerds clusters, and then 2 scoops in each bottle and then water. So after this ride, we will kind of figure out how many calories and carbs that is to sense check if that was enough or not enough. So 2 hours to go. See you then. Final 10 minutes here. Damn, I'm sweating. Had all my snacks, some toast, watching F1, at least the Netflix series. I think the opening Australian GP is this morning, or midnight tonight, I would want to say that. And then I'm going to run off the bike here for 5 or 10 minutes, so roughly 42 miles on the bike, and then quick 5 or 10 minute run. Now we're on the run. Trying to hold like an 8:30 pace right now. Heart rate's staying pretty low, 125, so good sign. We'll update after. Just did 2 hours on the bike, 5 minute run. We did 42 miles at 165 or 170 watts. Here's what the fuel breakdown is. 2 water bottles, both had 160 calories and 40 carbs of scratch electrolyte mix, I think. Then I had 1 Go BPN gel sport thing. That was 100 calories, 24 carbs. I had some Nerds clusters. Shout out the Nerds, dog. 100 calories, 25 carbs. Toast, 2 slices, which is 220 calories and 44 carbs, and then peanut butter on that, which is 180 calories and 7 carbs with some honey, which I didn't want to calculate. Probably shouldn't have squatted when you filmed, huh? And so for total, that is 920 calories and 180 carbs over roughly 2 hours. So what is that? 460 calories per hour and 90 carbs. So seems good so far. I might try to raise that a bit, but that was the bike ride. Now I got to go do my own comedy show.